Elias, a meticulous sound engineer, had chosen the life of solitude in the small, remote town of Stillwater. Leaving behind the cacophony of the city, he accepted a job maintaining the aged audio equipment at the town's only theater. The place held old-world charm, with its velvet curtains and mahogany details, but more importantly, it offered Elias the quiet he craved. For Elias, sound were not just physical phenomena. They were emotions, memories, vivid hues on the canvas of his mind. Yet, recent traumatic events had left him yearning for stillness, solitude, and silence, a hiatus from the world that seemed to bury him under unbearable noise. As the days turned into weeks, Elias threw himself into his work. The theater was rarely used, and the acoustics became his sanctuary. But as the quiet consumed him, Elias began to notice something unsettling. Late at night, when even the whispers of the wind seemed to vanish, he sensed a presence. It wasn't anything visible or audible, but a shifting energy. One evening, while adjusting the aged projector, Elias removed his noise-canceling headphones. The tiniest shift toward human connection, and a flood of distant, incomprehensible noises engulfed him. It wasn't the comforting hum of the town winding down, but rather a symphony of disquiet. Driven by an inexplicable urge, Elias set up audio recording equipment throughout the theater, determined to capture the sounds. Nights passed with him listening to every static-filled recording without results, until he stumbled upon something chilling. Amidst the usual background, there were whispers, faint and fragmented, like echoes of desperation trapped in stone walls. Isolating the whispers, Elias recognized a recurring phrase in an old dialect, a voice lamenting isolation and longing for the past, identical to his own searching thoughts. That night, the boundaries between silence and sound blurred. The whispers became louder, clearer, as if emanating from within the theater itself. Panic seeped into Elias's consciousness. Was this merely an audio anomaly or something more? Elias, both terrified and intrigued, began researching the theater's history. He unearthed tales of a recluse composer who vanished in the very building decades ago. The composer, it was rumored, had poured his soul into a final symphony that was never heard, yet claimed to linger within the walls. Determined to uncover the truth, Elias embarked on a journey through archives and interviews with the few townsfolk willing to speak of the past. Each revelation pulled him deeper into a story mirroring his loneliness, steadily unveiling the life, struggles, and eventual disappearance of the composer. But the more Elias unraveled, the clearer it became that the whispers weren't just echoes of the past. They were reaching out, seeking release. And as Elias pieced together the unfinished symphony, he realized the whispers were trying to communicate a melody that transcended sound, embodying the hopes and heartache of the one who longed to be heard. In the film's climax, Elias, in a final act of communion, plays the symphony using the same equipment the composer once cherished. The haunting music fills the theater, a moment of pure sound liberated from silence, weaving through corridors, reverberating off walls.